All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. And now, making his way to the ring, introducing David
Flavor Flav. We keep bumping heads.
What's up, Coach? How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Just
picking up the card.
Yo, good luck on your next fight. I want to be there.
We've talked about this.
You said I could be there, Coach. I'm looking forward to y'all hear the coach? Y'all hear the coach? Coach said I could be at Tank's next fight so I could watch Tank live with my own eyes knocking my out. Yeah, G. Tank gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Love you, Coach.
Have a good one, man.
All right.
When I was in Floyd Gym, I used to spar like everybody. So he's seen like me put people out. He's seen me beat the hell out of people. So when we spar, me being me, I rushed him because I knew he was scared, and I wound up getting caught with his best punch is his left hand. And once he caught me with the left hand, that's when I got mad. I caught him. And then he started grabbing me after that, and then I jumped on him, and then it turned to like something like a wrestling match, like, cause he kept grabbing me and stuff like that. It's good that we fighting now though. We can get it off our chest. And I'm already a legend from where I came from or what I done. Like, I done been through mad stuff, like sleeping on floors, crack house, all that type stuff. Like, I've been through all that. I ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody else. That's why I don't never get too hyped about the win after I win, because it's like you always gotta do something over and over again till you're done. And it's always gonna be somebody next, somebody next, somebody next. So I feel as though I don't have to prove myself to these people.
All that more pressure stuff don't mean nothing. As long as I'm like locked in and I'm focused on what I'm supposed to be doing, nothing else matters around me. That 4-weight world champion, it means everything to me. That's me separating myself. A lot of these guys that they claim is the guys nowadays, none of them can say that they are a 4-weight world champion.
We just got through sparring. We added trying a few new little things, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's basically the same thing we've been doing. We changed the strategy, but no camp is never exactly the same. So yeah, it's just like always. Like we may try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's mainly the same things.
The greatest thing we got with and this mother thinks we slow.
Yeah, he think he's slow. Like, really, bro?
Well, that's advantage for us.
Oh yeah, that's a help. I'm just like, cause I'm really gapped that he thinks that.
That boxing fans have been waiting years for is finally starting to come together. Both Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson have officially begun training camp. Inside the training camp, Shakur Stevenson is leaving absolutely nothing to chance. Every single session is focused on sharpening his timing and locking in his precision, the kind of dedicated and disciplined work that makes it crystal clear exactly why he has built such a strong reputation for his technical edge over every opponent he has faced.
So, he's trying to hit Matt. Round today with progressing.
Terrence Crawford has been putting in serious work alongside Shakur Stevenson in the gym and had nothing but high praise for what he has been witnessing firsthand. He spoke glowingly about Shakur's elite-level discipline, his relentless and non-stop approach to training, and made it abundantly clear that he genuinely believes Stevenson has the tools and the mentality to go toe-to-toe with absolutely anyone in boxing and come out on top.
He soak up everything that he needed to soak up, put it into his arsenal, and then he make the best out of everything that he learned from everybody. Then throw a straight left to the body.
At the end of the day, you don't want to feel like a know-it-all. And the people that know it all are the people that don't go very far. You gotta always be a student. You gotta always be able to learn and pick up things from this person, that person.
He's a work of art. The sky is the limit with Shakur. He got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's gonna be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he has and the smarts that he has. And given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to everybody in the division. And be the last man standing given the opportunity.
Keyshawn Davis has been watching Shakur Stevenson's rise very closely and has noticed a significant shift happening in real time. The boxing world keeps asking whether Shakur is truly the next big thing, and the answer seems to be becoming clearer by the day. Fans are no longer as certain as they once were, and even Gervonta Davis no longer gets that guaranteed destruction prediction he used to receive whenever his name came up in conversation. Now it has become a genuinely split debate across the board, and according to Keyshawn, not many people out there can actually see anyone beating Shakur at this point in his career.
Why do you think people say that Shakur Stevenson then is the next big thing in the sport?
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. When people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy and everybody is saying it. No, that shit be like real debates. Like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight, he's filling out, he's dropping this dude. He went crazy that last fight. That last fight was like kind of...
Shakur Stevenson has always made it abundantly clear that he has absolutely no interest in the drama surrounding him. He stays locked in on his own image, his own discipline, and simply tunes out all the noise that comes with being one of the top names in the sport. But now, with talks of a fight against Gervonta Davis heating up more than ever before, Shakur has gone as far as saying he does not even like mentioning Tank's name.
Realistically.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't really like talking about him.
Yeah.
Cause like, the way that he move is goofy to me. Like, it's some weird shit. So like, I really don't like speaking on him, but like, if, same thing that I said.
Fighting perspective.
Same thing that I said with T.O. If anybody got issues with me or feel some type of way about me, you could come see me on fight night and resolve every issue that you got. Yeah. I stand by that with anybody.
Shakur has made one thing absolutely clear. He is not sitting around waiting for anyone to make up their mind. Not even when the name involved is Gervonta Davis.
Ever see y'all two in the ring? However way it get there, will we ever see that match?
I would love it.
Tank got to stand up straight and narrow too, man.
I would love it.
My son got to, you know what I mean? He got to get on path.
I would love it, but at the end of the day, once again, if somebody says they never gonna fight me,
then you can't rely. Yeah, you got to move on.
I don't need you, bro.
Aiden Ross has watched both Ryan Garcia and Shakur Stevenson climb the ranks closely, and if these two ever share the same ring, Aiden openly admits that Shakur would likely come in as the clear favorite given his elite defense and technical brilliance. However, he is not counting Ryan Garcia out by any means. The hand speed, the reach advantage, and that fight-changing left hook are all very real weapons in Garcia's arsenal. Aiden believes Garcia has everything needed to pull off the upset in what would undoubtedly be an incredibly close and fiercely competitive war from start to finish.
Ryan Garcia, dude, shout out to Ryan. You know what, man? That Ryan-Shakur fight's going to be a good one. If Ryan and Shakur fight in about 6 months to a year, who do you guys think wins? I got to go Ryan on that. I think Shakur will be the favorite, but Shakur's just they're both so fucking good. It also just matters what's in that clause. I think Ryan gets it.
When you really break down the record and look at it honestly, Tank has shared the ring with fighters like Lamont Roach. And here is the take that a growing number of people are starting to openly acknowledge. Without that knockdown, Roach might have actually had the edge on the scorecards when all was said and done. Tank's own overconfidence going into that fight made it far closer and far more competitive than it ever should have been against an opponent at that level. Pouring gasoline on the fire, he has unloaded his frustration directly at the biggest names in the sport: Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and Devin Haney. His message is straightforward and simple: Bring the best. But things get even more interesting from there. Tank Davis has completely flipped his stance and is now out here calling for a rematch with Pitbull Cruz. The boxing world is watching closely and reacting to a champion who suddenly appears hungry for a fight he once seemed to avoid at all costs. Something has clearly shifted in his mindset, and fans everywhere are asking the same question: why now?
Hagámosla. Yo no soy Davis, estoy listo para la revancha.
Okay, do the fans want a rematch? Do you guys want a rematch? I'm not Gervonta Davis. I'm ready for a rematch right away.
I'm back on my bull jive. Gervonta Tank Davis. On his X, he said that he wants to come back and fight Pitbull soon as his get better. And he want a rematch years after, when he said initially that Pitbull Cruz doesn't deserve a rematch.
Does this deserve a rematch?
Now let us talk about Tank's next move. Showbiz just caught Gervonta Davis in a major and very public contradiction. The same fighter who once flatly refused any talk of a Pitbull Cruz rematch is now practically the one pushing hardest to make that exact fight happen.
Match against Pitbull Cruz, and he followed that up. His next closest fight, like the closest you can get is a draw, was against Roach, and that rematch didn't happen. So regardless of whatever reason why the rematch didn't happen, it didn't happen. So Lamont Roach fight Pitbull, that results in a draw, and then Gervonta says that he wants not Lamont Roach, but Pitbull hit the Tyson belt. And that may be because a lot of people perceived Pitbull as the victim.
Kenny Ellis firmly rejected the claims that Gervonta Davis had been avoiding top fighters, arguing that many of the key opponents in question have either moved up in weight divisions or turned down major fights themselves when the opportunity arose. He maintained that Davis has always been genuinely open to taking on tough challenges and made it clear that he continues to fully support him whether he decides to make his return to the ring or chooses to walk away from the sport for good.
To the fans, it's unfinished business, but you can't blame Tank because everybody moving up and move out the weight class, people that you wanted to see him fight, you know what I'm saying? When they was there, they should have made it happen. Tank never ever ducked no smoke. You know, you hear a lot of shit in the media, the park, he never ducked no smoke. Never. The shit that goes on behind the scenes, the ones that really duck, you know, people got receipts on them ducking, it don't come out though, you know? People have been offered more than enough money that they ever made and still turn the fight down, but they get on this internet and talk like they want to fight them. But that's another whole story behind the scene, you know? Tank never ducked no smoke. So if he stay retired, I support him. If he come back, I support him.
Meanwhile, Jamal Herring argued passionately that Shakur Stevenson has already done more than enough to be recognized and respected at the exact same level as Gervonta Davis. He insisted that Stevenson's accomplishments throughout his career speak loudly enough on their own and prove beyond any reasonable doubt that he belongs firmly in the same conversation among the very elite of the sport.
Be selective, but then say Shakur Stevenson ain't do nothing. That's what I'm just speaking as just a fan. You know what I mean? Like Shakur, the three-time, three-divisional world champion, unified world champion. So he's done something. You know what I mean? And he's done something enough to where if the people are bringing him up to you, it's obviously because people want to see the fight. It's not like they bringing up, a nobody. And it's like, or somebody coming up in the rankings. And it's like, what have they done? But it's like, this is somebody, y'all in the same weight class. Y'all both hold, one of the major 4 world titles in the sanctioning.
Reggie Lloyd also sent a direct and serious warning to Gervonta Davis, advising him that he simply cannot afford to underestimate Shakur Stevenson under any circumstances. He pointed to Stevenson's significantly higher skill level compared to someone like Lamont Roach Jr. and warned that falling behind on the scorecards in the early rounds against Stevenson could put Davis under immediate and serious pressure, potentially shifting the momentum of the entire fight in a direction that would be very difficult to recover from.
Been on the record saying that Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. This is like for years. It's like the last 4 or 5 years. Did that fight against Lamont Roach kind of submit that in your mind? Like, nah, like, did you see anything? They're like, yo, Shakur definitely, like, without a doubt, beats him.
Yeah, because Shakur, Lamont is a good fighter, but Shakur's a better boxer. Shakur's a better boxer. And again, like I was just saying about Tank giving away rounds. You can't give away 2 and 3 rounds to Shakur because you're not going to get the money.
Sean Porter also weighed in on a potential Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson matchup and made it very clear that he does not see this being any kind of straightforward showcase for Tank. He pointed directly to Shakur's elite defense and exceptional ring intelligence as the key factors that would force Davis into adopting a far more careful and calculated approach than he is typically used to. Porter added that neither fighter can afford to rely on just one single attribute to carry them through a fight of this magnitude. When everything is stripped back, it all comes down to timing, strategy, and who brings the superior overall ringcraft on the night that matters most.
That Tank is gonna go in there and just knock out Shakur. It's gonna
That's not gonna happen.
But it didn't take. It shouldn't have taken this fight.
I knew he couldn't.
For people to realize.
Yeah.
Right.
I knew that too. But yeah,
Shakur is a defensive specialist.
And I've been saying this for a long time. If you pay attention to how Tank would react whenever Shakur's name came up, I was like, yo, it's something that Tank knows that most people don't know or understand. There's something that he sees in Shakur. It could be the fact that Shakur was a 2016 silver medalist. You know,
he might got a lot to do with it.
He's that, the silver child of the country, and there's no telling. But this is what I've always known. It ain't just a big straight left or a big left right.
Abdullah Mason also weighed in, and he is firmly favoring Shakur Stevenson in a potential showdown with Gervonta Davis. His reasoning is straightforward. Tank's most recent performance raised some very real and legitimate concerns about where he currently stands. Mason believes that Shakur's overall skill set is simply sharper and more refined right now, and that would give him a clear enough edge to come out on top. He even pointed to Lamont Roach's strong and competitive showing against Tank as a telling indicator, arguing that if Roach was able to cause that many problems and push Davis that hard, then Shakur would very likely come out on top in a full fight between them.
So who wins if Tank fights Shakur?
Based off the last Tank fight, I'm probably leaning towards Shakur in that one.
Wow, were you surprised at Roach's performance against Tank?
I didn't expect Roach to be as sharp. I knew he was coming with some good work, and I knew he could fight. I actually fought his little brother in the amateurs, back then, and I knew that Roach, I knew that he could fight. But before that fight, I'm thinking, Tank was gonna kind of do what Roach did. But Roach, I feel like he was a little bit sharper.
The debate would continue and the predictions would keep coming from every direction, but one truth remained completely undeniable throughout all of it. This was not just another fight on a card.